the bathroom, guy. If you give us a second, we'll take you to the station, and you're going to use the bathroom, okay? We'll take it quick. Is that fair?
Yeah.
All right. Deal with this officer from your area. All right.
Damn, what?
Of the law, the right decision was made. It's just that it's a damn shame that he gets to lean on the letter of the law, and the state of Nevada and the parole committee had to lean on the letter of the law because he's somebody that I believe doesn't only deserve to be in jail, he deserved to be under.
It's done. Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something sort, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't take.
The boxing world was stunned when reports surfaced that Gervonta "Tank" Davis's highly anticipated showdown with Jake Paul had been called off. This wasn't a routine delay or another dispute over contracts. Instead, everything unraveled after a civil lawsuit accused the lightweight champion of domestic violence, assault, and kidnapping just days before the event. The fallout came almost instantly. Jake Paul's camp reportedly walked away. Netflix pulled its support, and one of the biggest crossover fights in recent memory collapsed overnight. What was expected to be a blockbuster event suddenly turned into one of the biggest controversies of Tank's career. Now the biggest question is whether this situation could permanently change his future in boxing.
1 foot in, 1 foot out too. What are you talking about? You know how much money he got? You know how hard it is getting out that bed to go run early in the morning in gym for hours, and you know you looking at 20 million easy. You own all this real estate. You rich. You don't have to do this ever again. Then the compounding interest, like let's say 20 million in the bank. He get 5% off of that, so he probably making 500,000 in interest. He's not even spending his money. So it's like, hell yeah, he out of here. What?
The controversy erupted only a couple of weeks before fight night while Davis was preparing for what many expected to be a record-setting Netflix event in Miami. Court documents filed in Miami-Dade alleged that his former girlfriend Courtney Russell accused him of battery, aggravated assault, kidnapping, and false imprisonment. According to the lawsuit, the alleged incident took place at her workplace, and she claimed similar incidents had happened several times before. The filing also states she is seeking financial compensation while receiving treatment for PTSD allegedly linked to those events.
Jake Paul, Gervonta "Tank" Davis, the fight is in jeopardy. There's another, yes, I said another domestic abuse allegation against Gervonta Davis, and that may either destroy, postpone, change the entire event. There's been a lot of allegations against Tank. When things like this happen over and over, I think this is his 4th or maybe 5th allegation of domestic abuse, you kind of start to have to look at the person that's being accused of such and go, why do you keep ending up in these situations? And the way it's described, we've even seen Tank do some of the things already on camera. I don't think that's something that Netflix is wanting to be a part of at that point. I don't know if Jake wants to be involved with somebody like that, which is why they're starting to look for potential.
The allegations immediately sent shockwaves through Jake Paul's promotional company. Most Valuable Promotions announced it was reviewing the situation, but the decision came quickly. Within 2 days, the organization confirmed the event would no longer move forward, while emphasizing that Jake Paul would still headline a Netflix boxing event in the future. The speed of that decision reflected how seriously the claims were being treated. For many fans, this wasn't viewed as an isolated incident because Davis has faced legal troubles outside the ring on multiple occasions.
Boxer Gervonta "Tank" Davis out of jail tonight. The famous South Florida fighter bonded out less than an hour ago.
Now he's accused of assaulting his ex-girlfriend in front of their children. CBS News Miami's Trish Christakis is live at the jail in West Miami-Dade with details on the allegations.
Back in 2020, Davis was arrested after a widely circulated video appeared to show him grabbing the mother of his child during a charity basketball event. 2 years later, he faced another domestic violence arrest, although that case was later dismissed.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Then in 2023, Davis received a sentence that included house arrest and probation following a hit-and-run crash that injured several people in Baltimore. After violating the terms of that sentence, he also spent time in custody. Those legal issues had already raised concerns among fans long before this latest lawsuit surfaced.
Davis, he got arrested. I mean, any thoughts on that one?
You did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
Yeah, I mean, hey. Look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Yeah, just get your... That's it, basically. Just shit, you don't hit women, man. Yeah!
Now, another civil case has placed Davis under even greater scrutiny and threatens to further damage both his public image and professional career. After news of the lawsuit spread, Jake Paul's promoter, Nakisa Bidarian, released a statement saying the company strongly condemns violence and would no longer continue working with Davis under the circumstances.
They were officially canceling the fight, saying Most Valuable Promotions immediately initiated an investigation. No, I had the wrong one. Okay, I'm reading this one. Most Valuable Promotions and Netflix have announced that Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis, the one I was reading was the one from late last week, originally scheduled for Friday, November 14th at the Kaseya Center in Miami, Florida, will no longer be moving forward. Quote, our team has worked closely with all parties to navigate this situation responsibly, said Nakisa Bidarian, CEO of MVP. While we will not be moving forward with this event, our plan remains for Jake Paul to headline an event on Netflix in 2025. And that is what I'm hearing as well. They want him to fight in December. That is the hope. And they're actively looking for a opponent. More on that in a moment. Details regarding a new date, location, Jake's opponent, and additional bouts will be shared as soon as they are finalized. We thank Netflix, Kaseya Center, Seminole Hard Rock and Hotel and Casino for their partnership.
As the controversy intensified, reports suggested that sponsorship opportunities began disappearing, promotional content connected to the event was removed, and several business partners chose not to comment publicly while evaluating the situation.
The Tootsies and up a girl, dragged her through the parking lot and in the face, and it's like, bro.
Okay.
Like,
wait, but how do you know that happened?
It's a lawsuit. Miami-Dade is coming. There's video, like everything, bro. He did this public. Like, you have to understand, this guy was sober.
The November event in Miami, once expected to become Netflix's next major boxing attraction after Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, was ultimately scrapped. The cancellation reportedly erased a massive payday, with estimates suggesting Davis stood to earn one of the largest purses of his career.
The Jake Paul Tank Davis fight has officially been canceled. It is off. It is not happening on November 14th. It is not happening in 9 days' time in Miami on Netflix, and I don't think it's ever happening. So if you weren't a fan of this fight, I think you got your wish.
While uncertainty surrounded Davis, Jake Paul's team quickly shifted its attention toward finding another headline opponent. Several well-known names were reportedly discussed as possible replacements, including Ryan Garcia, Nate Diaz, Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford, and Francis Ngannou.
Jake, pick up the phone, champ. I've been calling you. Pick up. Let's make the fight happen. Pick up the phone, man. Stop playing.
Jake Paul's promotional team has often turned major headlines into business opportunities, but this time their focus appeared to be creating distance from the controversy. Public statements emphasized that the event would continue without Davis. For many observers, that response highlighted an important reality. Losing support from a global platform doesn't just affect one fight, it can have lasting consequences for an athlete's reputation.
For something like this, obviously smaller guy. How was this in the training aspect, Jake?
Yeah, just a lot of punching down, practicing, hitting below my knees, and a lot of speed.
He warming up.
We're
now.
sparring.
That's what we need.
We're sparring.
Warm up.
some
I know
8-year-olds. I got the 8-year-olds in there.
If I find out anything, I'm gonna beat your ass and I'm gonna beat Jaden Love ass. On my mama, I'm gonna beat both of y'all ass. On my mama. And he laughing. He know. He laughing.
What are you talking about? What does he have to do with this?
Let anything, you know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't gotta say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'm gonna show you and him.
The speed of the collapse surprised many fans. Not long ago, Davis was viewed as one of boxing's brightest stars. Even after a controversial draw against Lamont Roach, his knockout power, mainstream popularity, and long association with Floyd Mayweather had many believing he remained one of the sport's biggest attractions.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and like you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than But I didn't really know that you can get disqualified for all that, or when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
He had become one of boxing's crossover personalities, attracting celebrity attention, endorsement opportunities, and millions of followers. Now, however, many believe the greatest challenge of his career isn't taking place inside the ropes. Beyond the damage to his public image, legal experts have pointed out that although this is currently a civil lawsuit seeking financial damages, the allegations themselves involve serious accusations that could potentially attract further legal attention depending on how authorities respond. So far, neither Davis nor his legal team has publicly addressed the claims, and his normally active social media accounts have gone unusually quiet, leaving fans with more questions than answers.
So the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis fight has been canceled because of new charges that came up on Gervonta. You heard it here first. Hit the thumbs up on the video. Make sure you share the video. The fight is off as we know it right now.
Reaction throughout the boxing community came quickly. While some fighters expressed concern and hope Davis receives whatever help he may need, others, including Ryan Garcia, offered much harsher criticism of the situation.
Just because I'm getting older now, but I feel like Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house or something.
Davis entered this period of his career carrying one of the sport's most impressive records and a reputation as one of boxing's most explosive punchers. Many believed he could dominate the lightweight division for years. Yet, throughout his career, his toughest battles have often taken place outside the ring rather than inside it.
Can debate the top fighter in the world pound for pound. We can do that. What we cannot do is debate who's the most exciting fighter, who's the biggest box office attraction in boxing. That would happen to be Gervonta Davis. We just got to accept it. I think that Frank Martin is a talented fighter. He'll make some things happen down the line in the future, but we'll never look at him the same after that destruction. Not to say that we won't respect him, but we'll never look at him the same because he got destroyed by Gervonta Davis. And that's no shame, that's no slouch, but damn, still in all, if you get destroyed, you get destroyed. Gervonta Davis is the #1 box office attraction. Who I want to see him against next is Shakur Stevenson. I don't want to see him against Devin Haney because Devin Haney has proven to me that he's not a good punch taker. I want to see Gervonta Davis in the ring with somebody perceived as having enough power to put him on the canvas too. That's what
Legal troubles, suspensions, and repeated controversies have repeatedly interrupted his momentum. This latest situation feels different because the consequences could extend far beyond missing a single fight. Restoring a damaged reputation is often much harder than recovering from a defeat in the ring. Looking ahead, Davis's future may depend on several major factors. First is the outcome of the lawsuit itself and whether additional legal developments follow. Second is whether he can eventually regain public trust if he hopes to compete again. Finally, promotional companies may hesitate to work with any athlete whose legal situation remains unresolved.
The exhibition match of Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis, what's your thoughts on that? Just overall, do you feel like Gervonta Davis is more checked out than being checked in boxing right now?
Sentí que Gervonta Davis está más desenganchado del boxeo que enganchado con el boxeo, considerando lo que aceptó con Jake Paul.
Sí, totalmente.
The controversy has also revived a long-running debate in boxing. Throughout history, the sport has often continued supporting talented stars despite serious legal issues. However, the business landscape has changed. Major streaming companies and corporate partners now place enormous importance on protecting their brands, making it much harder for controversy to be overlooked regardless of a fighter's popularity.
Happy with Tank. First off, don't watch Tank. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? You support it, then what you doing? You can't not support and support at the same time, right? So if you're a boxing purist, then this fight with Roach is really more for you. It's going to be more up your alley, you know? If you just like all entertainment, all fights, all hypes, all everything, then you're going to want to tune in to the Tank and Paul show there, you know, because that's all for entertainment. What is it? For entertainment purposes only, right? It's just say like somewhere in the small print of the promotion. For entertainment, don't do this at home, kids. You know, so fine.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, disclaimer. For entertainment purposes only, you know? So, you know, it's money-making purposes only, you know? It is.
Inside the ropes, Davis has always been admired for his explosive speed, timing, and fight-ending power. Those gifts help make him one of boxing's biggest attractions. But outside the ring, ongoing legal problems have repeatedly overshadowed his achievements. Whether these latest allegations are ultimately proven or not, the impact on his public image has already been significant.
Cares about what it does for the sport. I think, and I get it, like I was very open and honest with my last fight and the things around it. Tried not to be before because I didn't want anyone to, you know, not be excited for what was a good fight on paper, definitely. But when you kind of lose that love for the craft and the discipline, and getting in the ring don't mean as much as it did when you was growing up and on the way up. I've kind of seen that in Tank. Now, he had a hard fight against Lamont Roach Jr. and that might have been a part of it. Like, wow, man, this is getting hard against fighters that I think I'm levels above, and turned out on the night that I wasn't. And not only that, with prize fighters, I hope, for the little people of the world, I hope Jake Paul gets absolutely starched by someone nearly hard.
What do you think? Can Gervonta Davis rebuild his career after everything that's happened? Or has this controversy permanently changed his future? Share your opinion in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more boxing news and updates.